What is up, everybody? It is your boy N7 here. Welcome to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a review video on Forza Horizon 5 on Xbox Series S. I got an Xbox Series S a while ago, if you saw my unboxing of it, and I got a couple of games with the system, and this was one of the games. I've kind of had an interest in this. I played Forza Horizon 4 a long time ago. Well, I kind of played like an hour of it when I had like a free trial of Game Pass, but I haven't really played it since then. So we'll say that this is my first true experience with the Forza Horizon series. And, well, considering it's one of Xbox's bigger IPs, is it good or is it bad? Well, I'll tell you right now, it's not bad. But let's get into the review anyways. Starting off with the presentation of the game. Now, this is another driving game. Honestly, the easiest way to describe this game is it's Microsoft's Gran Turismo. Now, obviously, there are many differences between the game series, which I'll get into some of those a little bit later, but really, that's all the best way to describe it. It's it's a driving game, an open world driving game, and honestly, the concept is quite cool. I like open world games and driving around, especially nice cars, especially with good graphics, which, God, does this game look good. Putting this game at 60 FPS and just looking at the world, it doesn't look as good because of the visual fidelity not being as high for the frame rate, but God, it just looks so good. The world looks so nice. Everything looks good. The cars look really good. Really, there's nothing for me to really say about the visuals because look at them on screen. Well, actually, what you see on screen is nowhere near as good as how it looks for real, but still, presentation wise, pretty solid. And as for the story, I don't remember anything about the story because I genuinely do not care. I assume the story has something to do with like getting up to the top, starting from the bottom and working your way up to the top through like competing in races and whatnot and other missions and stuff like that. I'd assume that's the case because honestly, I never played the game for the story. If it does have a really good story and I'm missing out on it, don't feel too mad at me about that because I don't play for the story. I play for one thing, and that is the gameplay, which brings me into the gameplay, which is, well, like I said before, an open world driving game. There's really not much to say, but while I did mention that it's similar to that of Gran Turismo, it is also different. In Gran Turismo, you don't have an open world to drive around. It's more traditional. In Forza, you have an open world to drive around and you can find various stuff to do and whatnot. One of the things that you can find most of the time are XP boards that when you drive into them, they'll give you like some experience and whatnot. I'd say that's probably the most common thing you'll find on the map, but you can also find other stuff like some races you can do with like certain areas and whatnot under certain conditions, and you can also find like just other missions too, like maybe like reach the final destination and all the other destinations before specific time limits, as well as like maybe even trying to find something, driving around a certain area to try and find like whether it's a barn or something else. Really, there's a lot you can do, but to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, the gameplay is pretty solid, but it can also be kind of boring, I'm not gonna lie, because while this game's gameplay is pretty solid, I'm not gonna lie, there's been some times where I played the game and I'll play for like 5 minutes and then I'm kind of like, you know what, I'm a little bit bored of it. I don't know if it's just a me sort of thing or if other people feel this way. I kind of wish the world had a little bit more to do. I wish there were more races you could do. Now, to be fair, you can do some like small races with like another user, because like on the overworld you can like find a bunch of cars that you can actually race, which is a little cool, but I kind of wish there was just more races and stuff like that in general. There's still plenty of stuff here to do, but even so, I do wish there was a little bit more. And gameplay wise, it's pretty solid, but it's not the most groundbreaking thing ever. And control wise, the game controls completely fine. I don't really feel like I need to really say anything else about that. Moving on to the content of the game, now, it kind of varies on how you get the game. You could be like me and be an absolute dummy and buy it for $60, or you could get it through the much more smart option, that being Game Pass, for free, though granted, you have to pay for Game Pass, but Game Pass isn't even that much anyways. And honestly, the game has plenty of content. Even if you're like me, an idiot, and buy the game for $60, you still have plenty of stuff there. There's still plenty to do. There's still a lot of time you can make like get out of the game. I really don't have much to say on that. And soundtrack wise, I don't really have much to say on the soundtrack. If there are some good songs in the game, you let me know in the comment section, because again, I did not pay attention to that. I know I'm being a bit unfair in this review, but I honestly don't care. But now moving on to my final thoughts. And if you feel like this video has gone by relatively quickly, well, that's because this video's gone by relatively quickly. This game, I just don't have much to say about this game. To be honest, I really didn't need to make this video, but I still wanted to anyways, just to lay down some thoughts and whatnot. Now, overall, Forza Horizon 5 is a pretty solid game, but I wouldn't really say there's anything that amazing about it. It's a fun game, don't get me wrong. You can get a lot of playtime out of it, and I haven't even talked about the multiplayer that I also haven't played because I don't have friends. But even so, though, there's just not much for me to say about this game. I don't know. But even so, it's still a fun game, and if you have an Xbox, I mean, this is one of the very few exclusives, and I put that in air quotes because you can also play this on PC as well, so doesn't really mean that meaning doesn't matter much. But even so, though, if you have an Xbox, this is a game I definitely recommend checking out, whether you have Game Pass or if you're an idiot like me. I'd recommend giving it a shot. If you haven't even played any of the other Forza games, I'm sure you'll get some fun out of this game, even if it can be somewhat meh. So, on my scale of 0 to 10, I give Forza Horizon 5 a 7.8 out of 10. I think the game is pretty good, and honestly, I don't feel like it's deserving of a 7.5, because I feel like it's there. It's a good game, I can say. But I wouldn't say it's anything that spectacular. But then again, those are my thoughts, and my thoughts don't matter too much in the grand scheme of things. But I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are. So if you guys have any interesting thoughts about this, or any thoughts about my review and whatnot, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more videos like this of me rambling and whatnot, then I would consider hitting the like button and subscribing, so that way you can check out more of my stuff. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching the video, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out and take care.